What up? 3 times, it's the Yungavelle back at it with another video. I know it's been a minute. I miss you guys. I've been heavily busy in the best ways, but that's no excuse because you guys are mine now. You're now my family. So no excuse. I've been away for like 2 weeks. That's no excuse. But I'm back at it with another video. About to throw some essential oil on my wrist because that just puts me in the mood. Lavender, best one out. So I hope you guys have been great, man. 2020 vision, you already know. Overcome the challenges. Hope y'all been sticking to it. So today I want to talk about how retention is such a biohack. And what do I mean by biohack? Biohack is like like you take supplements that are good for you, right? You're taking supplements like neurotropics, for example. You take neurotropics to unlock certain parts of your brain. You're kind of hacking your biology to optimize your performance, right? People who microdose mushrooms know about this. The reason that they do it is to unlock parts of their brain, unlock what's called epigenetic neurogenesis, which is the stimulation of new neurons. More neurons in your brain, the faster your brain activity, sharper you are, ideas, creativity, all that stuff is, you're hacking your biology. So retention is the same thing, but you don't need anything. So listen to this. One way I'm thinking and I feel that retention is a biohack is because we all know it boosts your confidence. It gives you that energy to put yourself in situations you wouldn't normally be in. Not only that, but it allows you to be calm and cognizant and alert and aware within those situations. So like I've been having to go make connections with people and put myself out there, which is uncomfortable because, you know, it's uncomfortable getting out of your comfort zone, going to new places and basically speaking to people. But once you get in that space and you're just there and you command your space and you start to realize it's not that hard. And I say that because I say it to illustrate this point about your brain. So I was listening to Jordan Peterson on Joe Rogan recently, and man, if you guys don't know Jordan Peterson, I said this before in my other video, Choose Your Sacrifice, which I'll put up here. Jordan Peterson is one of the greatest minds of our time right now, and you would be remiss if you did not go and listen to him speak, because the way that he frames things and drops knowledge, it's a way that hasn't been done before. It's like we have access to a great thinker among us, you know, like how people back in the days had Socrates and Aristotle. We have someone that's among us that thinks along those lines and illustrates all the backings behind it using psychology, the brain, patterns of behavior, history, human civilizations, all into one thing. And it's just brilliant the way that he puts things together. So what he was saying was, the new science is, so basically when you do new things, you put yourself in a new situation, you become more informed, right? Because there's new information abound, so you get more information. So that's one thing. The other thing, and he said that the science is showing this, is that when you put yourself in a new situation, the stress of that new situation unlocks certain proteins, unlocks certain codes within your genes that unlock certain proteins within your brain, related to the stimulation of new parts of yourself in your brain. So basically, you put yourself in new situations, your brain starts to behave in a way where and your biochemistry unlocks parts of your genes that are dormant to basically you become greater. You have access to greater potential. So it's like, how much potential are you leaving on the table by staying in your comfort zone? Because what the science is suggesting is that there's all this potential inside of us that is locked within our DNA that does not get utilized. And when you put yourself in new situations, the stress of those situations causes the genes to react in a certain way where they unlock certain proteins which relate to certain different chemical processes within your brain that give you access to different, more parts of yourself, so you expand. Now, you could see the direct correlation of semen retention with this is that you got that confidence to, not only do you have that confidence, you have that energy and that drive to put yourself in those situations. It's so interesting because lately when I've been on patrol on the water talking to people, everything has just been like fluid, flowing, easily, man. Even when I'm in the gym, like I was in the gym the other day, like 3 days ago, and this guy asked me to spot him. And I was spotting him, and you know, I like when people go hard. So he was throwing up some weight that was challenging for him, and he was like, yo, just when you spot me, don't help me that much. I was like, bro, trust me, I know, because when I get spotted too, I need to struggle. I don't want someone to just lift the thing right up off my chest. And he was like, exactly, man. So I helped him, and I was just guiding him. Come on, let's go. And he did it. He was like, yo, man, you're awesome, man. Your energy is awesome. And I was just like, you know, obviously we built and stuff, but I was just thinking like how people start to respond to how you hold yourself, how you carry yourself. And if you are like timid, or like, you know, you're not in your space, or you feel anxious because you know you're doing stuff you shouldn't be doing behind closed doors, reference, you know, letting off all the time, and you don't have no self-control, you probably wouldn't react. You probably wouldn't come with that energy. Because now I'll be thinking in my head like, I come with that energy. It's like I'm a package, like whoever experiences my energy, I come with that energy, you know. And it's not something that, I don't really see it as a chip on my shoulder anymore. You know, when I was first on the retention path, for real, last year when I started the channel, I felt like I was doing it to get better, but it also put me ahead of people. It put me ahead of the normal person, you know. And now I don't really think like that. Now it's like, this is more about me. This is more about, it allows me to bring the best to whoever I'm around. You know, allows me to bring the best self to the table, which, unbeknownst to others, unlocks that within themselves. I said this in previous videos as well. Retention is so useful because and I'm not saying retain forever, obviously. You guys know that, you know, we love women. You know, I love women, and I enjoy women, and women enjoy my presence as well. So that's not the case. But in terms of self-control and self-discipline and fapping all the time and watching, you know what, that ain't it. So yeah, it allows you to unlock the best within others as well. And another thing is Jordan Peterson was also talking about how the unlocking of your potential grows in proportion to responsibility. It grows in proportion to how much of the load you bear on yourself, right? So this is about to get really good, so make sure you pay attention. Your potential to unlock the greater parts of yourself, your true potential, grows in correlation to the amount of responsibility you bear, the burden that you bear. So one can assume then, if you scale it up and you are able to look at suffering of others. You know, he went a little biblical with it. He was like, you know, Christ emulated some, and I'm not religious, I'm spiritual, but I can see I can read between the lines. So he was like, Christ demonstrated two messianic things, Messiah kind of vibey things, where he assumed the suffering of the entire world, and he assumed that suffering through great responsibility, and behold, he's revered as being Christed in his consciousness, Christed consciousness, which is, you know, that love, that ascended type of vibration. You see the halo around all the priests and all the Buddha, like that golden halo kind of vibe, right? So the second thing is the dealing with malevolence, the dealing with evil, or like you can look at it as great obstacles, you know. And like, I remember, this is related to the retention, the biohack of retention, because it gives you that confidence to face these obstacles. When you face great suffering, great challenges, like if you can look at the worst parts of humanity straightly, which is no easy task, because people who encounter these great evils suffer from post-traumatic stress disorder, because they're not used to that, because dealing with these kinds of great evils is no joke. It's a serious thing. So if you're able to look at it straightly, you also have that ability to transcend it, to address it, and also to fix it. You know, that it's like our spirit is built like that, to transcend, you know. And it builds off of this, like, people are like, man, we need to have a utopian society. And it's like Dostoevsky, or whatever that guy's name is, some psychologist, I don't know exactly what he does, but he mentioned, like, if humans were to get utopia, we would mess it up. We would find something within it to, like, smash it to bits, because we are built for adventure. It is in our nature to overcome. It's in our nature to transcend, because that's how our spirit, and then we get a little spiritual, that's the spirit. That's the energy of the spirit. To transcend, we are built like that, because that's how we unlock our potential. So it's like in the greatest difficulties, you also have the greatest potential for good as well. So it's not something to shy away from when you got those evils and those obstacles, which is easier said than done, of course, but retention gives you that sort of like pep in your step, where you're like, how can I help? How can I help? How can I be of service? Which is, if you didn't know, I'm going to drop a little secret on you. A spiritual secret. Service is the true nature of the soul. Service to God, or whatever you want to call it, all that is, Supreme Lord Krishna, service to that Supreme Personality is your natural state. Loving devotional service, because you are part and parcel of that. So serving that is actually getting filtered back into you, because everything is connected through that one source, whatever you want to call it. So when you are in that space of how can I help, it just elevates you on such a beastly level. You know, your growth and potential, your ability to unlock that is in direct relation to the amount of load you bear, the amount of responsibility you bear. And with retention, you put yourself in positions where you are willing to handle more. You feel like you can handle more. So how much are you leaving on the table? I'm going to leave it at that. I hope you guys got some from this video. It was a big download. I did my best to try to condense the talk. That's only like 35 minutes into the 2-hour talk. So, and I was just like, I need to stop and download this for a second. So you know the deal. So good to see you guys again virtually. If you guys got anything from this video, be sure to share, like, comment, and subscribe. Guys, I got merchandise. Look in the description. copy and paste that link into your browser so you can see my store, Awakened Alpha. The design is fire. Take a look. I got shirts, tank tops, sweatshirts for wherever you are in the world. If you're in a cold place, I'm here where it's hot, so I got tank tops. Check it out. It's on Teespring. I can't put my merch store under the under my thing in for YouTube because I'm not at 10,000 subscribers yet, but I will be. So share, like, comment, subscribe, cop some merch, represent the Awakened Alpha vibe, and you already know. Until next time, remember, a greater perspective can lead to a greater connection. Peace.